Hey guys, Kil2 here again. I got another fight to share with you. This one's, as I don't know, as they always seem to be a little strange, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to share it because I make so many mistakes, but it's pretty funny. And the reason I did decide to share it is I think that it's kind of the quintessential hurricane fight. We did hurricanes last week on the podcast, and I feel like it comes up a lot. This idea of using hurricanes to kill support as you burn away from a fleet, or even just during the middle of a fight. So this showcases the Hurricanes' ability to do that really well, and kind of gives you guys a good example of what sort of fights you might want to be looking for if you're in a hurricane, or what kind of gangs you might want to engage. So hopefully it's useful for that reason. The setup for the fight is just that we took actually four. It was like 4 or 5 battle cruisers, 4 hurricanes, and a harbinger, I think, plus one small tackler into deep 0-0. We're in pure blind here, and at the point this fight starts, we've actually had 2 other engagements with an enemy gang that's been growing, and we've lost most of our ships. So when the fight starts here, we have 2 hurricanes, even though originally we had 5. And that's just from engaging multiple times, trying to skirmish them off and losing ships here and there. And their gang's gotten big enough now that what they've actually started to try and do is camp each gate in the system so that we can't escape. So rather than all being on one gate where we have to engage them all at once, they've split themselves up to keep us from leaving, which is smart of them because it means we have to decide between logging off and leaving the system. But it's also not smart of them because it means we might be able to actually kill some stuff. So I'll go ahead and start the footage now. And what you see is me and the other hurricane that's still alive warping into the gate where we've got kind of the best chance at getting something done. And we just scanned the gate from a ways away, saw there was mostly support on the gate, and then warped to the gate. And this is kind of the situation I've talked about a lot, where I'm not sure what range is best to warp at. We warp pretty close here, like to 10, I think. And then we lock everything up. And what's interesting is these guys are actually real tentative to engage us to begin with. They relock, but they actually don't aggro right away. And so we don't start burning right away. I don't want to get so far away that they don't engage, since we kind of have this nice opportunity right now to kill some stuff. So we just start shooting. Originally started shooting the Zealot, and then I decided the Zealot really isn't threatening, and he's just going to jump out. So we're better off shooting support. So we switched off the Zealot, shot the Stiletto, he jumped, then shot this Manticore, who is off the gate, kind of gets confused and actually dies. You can see here I'm killing Manticore from 30k away with short range ammo, so that's a good example of what the ship can do. And now here is the first mistake. My partner gets tackled and I don't notice, so I don't call the burn early enough. Like, we should have been getting a little bit more distance to begin with, and then certainly once he gets tackled, I need to be trying to shake whatever's scramming him so that he can start burning. I don't do that. I just start burning to save myself. And that's kind of the next mistake, is that I'm not actually under a lot of pressure, but I still develop tons of range between me and him, which means I can't help him get free. In the meantime, I'm shooting this Dramiel and kind of forcing him off, since he was the only thing that burned with me initially, although now it looks like a Stiletto is coming after me as well. And of course the Dramiel just barely makes it out of my effective range. My buddy is completely tackled. He's scrammed and everything and trying to kill destroyers. And as you can see, more stuff is kind of piling into the grid. But again, here's a nice, Stiletto comes in close. Doesn't have a scram, so coming in close is a pretty terrible idea. And he dies. Actually, the thing though, and there you see my friend just got the one of the destroyers down, but he's going to go down in just a second. The interesting thing there for the Stiletto is I always want to say, when the Stiletto comes in close, I always want to say, well, that's dumb. Of course he's going to die close, but the problem for him is that if he stays far away, he's going to die too. He really doesn't have anywhere he can go where he's not going to be exposed to damage, which is why if you're in a Stiletto, you just don't want to tackle a Hurricane by yourself. And now the Dramiel, still his role is to tackle. He's really fast, so he feels compelled to come back and try and get me. Being alone, he just dies too. So now the kill count's Manticore, Stiletto, Thrasher, Dramiel, which is already pretty good. We've already paid for the Hurricane that we unnecessarily lost. And now you can see the rest of the stuff from the system is definitely piling in. And here's where an interesting spot where I feel like they just shouldn't come out after me. I have them too split up. If they send tackle, it's just going to be bad. Like right here, I'm surprised they're doing this. This Jag comes out for me, and I guess he's, same as the Stiletto, hoping that he'll be able to get under my tracking or whatever. And he does have a scram, which helps him some, because then he can get support rather than me just dragging him way off the gate. But it's still the same story. A newt means his tackle's going to turn off occasionally, and also means his propulsion's going to turn off occasionally, and even without that, I can track him okay. This is before the assault frigate changes, which is super relevant. This might be a lot harder to do since they've been changed with the SIG bonus and stuff. But anyway, he goes down. So now Jag, Manticore, Dramiel, Thrasher, Stiletto. And now some more stuff starting to catch up, but now there's a Firetail on me that doesn't have a Scram. I can keep burning. I'm about as fast as these destroyers, even though they do lots of damage. So I'm really pretty safe, and I can just try to kill this Firetail as I burn. And I want you to take 1 second to notice right now there's a rock that's shooting me, and that's something I didn't really notice. I mean, I noticed, but didn't think it was very significant. But as it turns out, he's about the only thing doing damage to me. And even though I'm 130k away, he's still doing damage. So I don't know if I get this Firetail. Let's see. He's reaching that point now where if he's going the opposite direction, my damage is going to start cutting out, like around 30 or 40k. Ooh, he's really low. And I gave up. I might have been able to get him. I'm not sure. Another volley might have hit, but the Thrasher seemed like more important. So I switched to one Thrasher. The other ones are all 35k back. Kill that Thrasher. So now 2 destroyers down. And here is the biggest mistake in the fight. I'm so happy with myself. I'm thinking I can just do this all day. You know, these guys keep coming for me. I can definitely kill these 3 Thrashers that are chasing me and that Firetail if he ever comes back. And I forget about the rock, and I die without a Scram on me, without any pressure of any kind on me actually in terms of tackle. Just a little bit of damage kind of plinking away. And I think part of the reason that happened is that I had already obviously lost all my armor and half my structure from the fight before. And so I wasn't quite aware, like I didn't have the urgency of losing my shields on my mind that I probably should have. Like, I didn't realize how fast I'd die once my shields were gone. But anyway, yeah, that's just kind of a perfect example of the sort of fight that's great to get when you're in a Hurricane or any other solid anti-support ship. It's not as good for the Drake even if you have 2 webs, but it's definitely good in things like Vagabonds or even things now like a Demos or I don't know, any kind of good turret-based anti-support ship. So hopefully that's cool for you guys. You can look for that kind of engagement and just head to the gate, try to get burning and kill things as they chase. I will post the fit now. You'll be looking at that, and as you can, I did have a command link on there to make the game go faster, but it wasn't very relevant in that fight, so don't worry about that too much. Yeah, that'll do it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know Coverx has another Talos commentary coming up soon, and hopefully I can convince him to put a Tempest commentary up after that I know he has available. And I will see you guys later. Good luck.